Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Going to be talking about the Ruger 1022 and 1022 takedown as regards to the setup and the concept. Why would you even want one in the first place? To start, both of these rifles have the standard trigger, standard bolt, and standard charging handle. The barrel's original. The only part that's been switched out is basically the furniture and the attachments. Both rifles have the Magpul Hunter stock, Slate Black Industries vertical grip, Magpul M-Lock to Picatinny, and this is just a Chinesium M-Lock to quick detach sling mount. It is noisy, that's why in this one I just have a M-Lock to a sling adapter. For optics on this 1022, I have a Bushnell 3-12. On the takedown version, I have the Primary Arms SLX 1-power prism optic. I made a separate video talking about how paranoid I am about battery life. So with this is not illuminated, standard reticle, so it still works without batteries, doesn't have batteries. This one, if the battery dies, it still has a reticle, still works fine. And I'm not saying within a year, 2 years, or whatever the standard battery life is. At some point that battery is gonna fail, it has a shelf life, whether it be 5, 10 years, these rifles will still work if stored correctly. Almost forgot to mention, I am using the UTG Pro Rail. These are not like the end-all be-all of setups. These are affordable rifles. The flashlight, again, not the end-all be-all. I think it's $100 light. Even Primary Arms now has like a GLX version, like a gold version of this prism optic, but I'm not running to the store to buy another optic. This has been working fine for me. Now, the concept. I have seen survivalist 22 rifles like the Henry AR-7. In my opinion, I think it's crap. It's not really that reliable, and you really can't put that many rounds through it without having issues with that rifle, so it's not durable or reliable, so it's a no for me. I've never owned or shot their Mullen Papoose. I've watched Nothing Fancy videos that's really, got the ball rolling years ago. And then outside of that, I've seen other, 22 rifles, but not really takedown models like this. I can make separate videos talking about reliability and accuracy with this rifle, but this one is essentially just me rambling, just the concept of this rifle. When it's taken down, you can put it in a smaller package. This bag came with the rifle. That just looks like a bag if I go to the range. With that case with this rifle, that is unmistakably a rifle case. If I throw in the back seat, that is unmistakably a rifle. Everyone knows what that is. Comparing to this, even with like outside of this bag, you can throw it in a standard book bag and it looks like a standard book bag. Keeping a low profile might be a silly point because I do post public YouTube videos and I would like people to watch them, but in my personal life, I would like to keep a low profile on my personal vehicle. I don't put any political stuff on that. That just makes you a target for someone to mess with your car if they believe in something else. And then for like, GOA or other gun affiliated stuff on vehicle, I personally don't. That just makes it, again, a target for it to get broken into, even if it's not your residence. You go to the mall, go to the movies, whatever, the car's by itself, someone's going to try and break in and see if there's a gun or any valuables in the car. That's just my opinion. If you disagree, you disagree. When I make videos, I try to stay on point. Like when you click on the video, I want you to know what you're going to get. With this one, I'm going to ramble a bit, but I'm trying to stay on topic. This is, again, just a 22 rifle. It's not like, at least in my opinion, not the gimmicky survivalist rifle. I would like this, again, just to be accurate, reliable, durable, put a lot of rounds to it without issues. And it's not quite a fighting rifle as far as what is to be your intermediate calibers, your AKs, ARs. This is not its own thing. This is just to supplement what is to be the pistol I'm already carrying. This is a step up in that regard. If there's any scenario where that is required, but it's not a full like fighting kit in my opinion, because we never know what's going on in the future. Even going back to like pre-pandemic, like that week or two before it really started, and I'm not even like trying to get political or anything, but like that was just a hiccup. That was going to the store for to get groceries, and there's nut toilet paper, there's stuff missing on the shelves, and people are panic buying, trying to stock up last minute. Back then, I worked at a small trucking company, and we'd pick up work from larger carriers or larger warehouses in the area. At that time, Costco, Walmart were looking for drivers to deliver from their warehouses to the grocery stores, and I picked up a lot of work during that time, and things were relatively normal for me as far as my work and as far as going to the store. You could pick up groceries relatively normally in the weeks to come. If there is a larger disruption, like some sort of cyber attack where it's affecting the payment processes, or an attack the infrastructure as far as the power itself, the power grid, people can't power their homes. And before I did that, like going back 5 years ago, I would do disaster relief. And wasn't really out of the kindness of my heart. It was just picking up work. Like if there was a hurricane in Texas or the one that was in Louisiana, you'd pick up food, water, and other supplies and just drive it down there. It was really easy work. You're basically just driving to A and B. Super easy, nothing special, but their local grocery stores, when the hurricane hits them, they can't power the grocery stores. The dairy, the meat, all that spoils basically, not instantly, but next day in the heat in the summer. It's not really safe to eat at that point. And that could happen if there's any attack to the power grid. All the grocery stores, all the refrigeration's out, all that stuff spoils. Can't sell it, can't buy it, and there's a disruption that can last longer than what was that 1 week. And in that regard, you don't really need to like a full kit and everything's going crazy. It's a period of like uneasiness where no one really knows what's going on. There's not a lot of violence, but there's a lot of uneasiness. And not to say that like societal collapse is like a huge possibility, but it's just something just to keep in mind, even for a natural disaster. If there's a hurricane, tornado, to have some stuff stocked up. A lot of stuff's out of your hands as far as what happens, but just, preparing yourself for that possibility. Aerospace, I see this as a super normal conversation. Endless videos on YouTube talking about prepping and firearms and stuff in that regard. And if I talk about friends, I kind of lose them, so I'm happy to share with you guys. Outside of Ray, the guy I make YouTube videos with, really, I just gotta share this with people online, similar like-minded individuals. Now, closing out on the rifle, although there are more effective calibers, 22R is still deadly. Shots to the skull, punching through, heart and lungs, it's gonna be deadly. Is it, gonna get the same stopping power as like a intermediate caliber or even stepping up to larger calibers? No, but people breaking in, they're not typically looking for a fight. I plan to put out more videos. I think this is a very capable rifle. I can test the reliability and accuracy in separate videos. If you guys are interested, just comment, let me know. Outside of that, I plan to set up different go bags with this rifle and with an AR, and just showing the weight difference between the two. And outside of that, this has just been like a quick little overview, me rambling. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. That's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching.